Okay, so Jack here, the purpose of this video is to show how if you are in the accounting, tax, and also legal service. Of course, legal lawyers won't be doing that because professional regulation don't allow them to do that in Singapore. I want to actually show you this email I received. There are a couple of things I want to talk about. So in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you how I thought after reading this. Number one, have you seen a colorful email? Very honestly, colorful email. I've seen red color, I've seen green color, I've seen, of course, the black color. So this is cool. Like first time I received such a colorful email. Now the thing is this. This email was sent to me, to my company's email account, without asking for permission. Now when it comes to sending email, which is what we call a cold email in this case, because the service provider doesn't have relationship with me at all, so it becomes odd when I receive a cold email like this. The headline, it says, lower your accounting and tax fees now. Indirectly, of course, the service provider's assumption is that I am paying high accountancy and tax fee. The question is, that means the service provider is here saying to you, hey, I'm selling cheap. I'm a cheap guy. So when it comes to copywriting, when you talk about lower your accounting and tax fees, which you mean you are selling low ticket, how about the fact that you actually do something called contact, having a conversation, find out what's the cost, what's the problem, because you see the problem is that this cold email, I bet he sent 100 people to 100 people, no one is going to reply, because here's one thing, there's no relationship whatsoever. This is telling you that, hey, come to my shop, this is the menu, go and grab it because it is now under special offer. Now why did he use special offer? Because on the day of recording this video, it is 10th of August, which is a day after the Singapore's 56th birthday. So it says to mark Singapore's 56th National Day, they are offering 15% discount in copywriting. Never ever use discount, because the word discount means that I'm selling cheap. Okay, so the flaw number one is that I'm a cheap guy because you are paying high tax and accountancy fee. I'm here because I offer low ticket. Number two, come because Singapore's birthday right now. I'm willing to offer 15% discount. He's telling you that I need your business. That's why I'm willing to sell cheap. How many of you see, if you are writing this way, you are actually telling people that you are needy? The differences between a closer and a salesperson are, one, a salesperson will not care whether you like it or not, will just give you the menu, ask you to pay. If you don't pay, too bad, come, screw you, shame you, and go to the other guy. And the fact is that the focus is what? The focus is actually looking at, I need to close you because I need your money. So that is what salesperson does. On the other hand, a closer, so which is what I'm teaching my students, although I'm a tax professional, I've been in practice for 27 years, I am also a copywriter, I am also a marketer, a digital marketer. So I'm writing this, I'm not wearing my cap as a tax professional. I'm wearing my cap as a copywriter, as a marketing consultant. And I'm telling you that a lot of people are struggling in accountancy and tax sector because they are looking to commoditize their service. When it comes to commoditize the service, it means that they are selling cheap. Price is always the factor to decide whether the job is whether they are getting the job or not. Price is always the factor. And I've heard a lot of fellow public accountants in Singapore where I'm offering my classes on tax consulting, tax issue, and some of these actually said to me, it's very hard to survive in the accountancy industry in Singapore because majority of the accountants are fighting for prices. It is a very intense price competition. It is like in the red ocean, blue ocean term, it is a red ocean, a sea of red. where the sharks are everywhere. If you are not careful, you'll be bitten by a shark and you'll be in blood. That is how it is. And the fact is that when I see the red color, 50% discount using a red color background, is telling you the same thing. You see, subtle subconscious mind reading of the color is pretty important. How many of you noticed that? Okay, so flaw number one, the header lower your accounting and tax fee. In fact, I'm actually teaching a lot of accountants in Singapore not to sell that way, because if you want to sell high ticket, you're not going to make yourself cheap. Okay, so this is like a person who doesn't know what's marketing about. He's just like sending a cold email. That's number one. Number two, flaw number two, discount. Okay, so let's move on to flaw number three. Flaw number three is like, I don't care whether you have this or not, whether these services are relevant to you or not. I'm just giving you the whole menu. I'm showing my whole card. Okay, I do what? I do bookkeeping, I do financial reporting, I do GST, goods and services return, I do payroll, I'm doing income tax, employment tax, etc., etc. So what it's telling you is that I am everything. So when you are everything, the question is, from a blue ocean perspective, you aren't able to come up with your unique value proposition, UVP, because how are you going to differentiate yourself from another guy who is in that industry? Lots of accountants in Singapore are facing this problem because they said, I'm just a certified, in Singapore we use chartered accountant, so I'm also a chartered accountant. So a chartered accountant, and as a result, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Basically, I'm like a big four accounting firm. A big four accounting firm operates and provides literally everything under the sun. But you know what? A lot of these guys are one-man shop, maybe a sole proprietor, or maybe a boss, self-employed, or maybe a very small business whereby he is the partner of the firm, and he hired several employees, very cheap, very low cost. They might be from polytechnic. It's not even university graduates to do this, because you know why? He has to keep the cost low, because his menu is low price, and he has a cost, and as a result, guess what? He has to actually cut his costs in order to have profit margin. And some accountants, some of the students attending my class actually told me they couldn't survive in this accounting industry in Singapore simply because there's no profit margin whatsoever. Because it is one thing, when you hire someone, you've got to understand there is a cost involved. However, you can't really keep the cost low forever because there's inflation. People are expecting a pay rise. That's where I said employees' mindset, employers' mindset are different. So the employees' mindset says, I need a pay rise. And your boss says, I'm sorry, I can't give you, because you know why? I am not able to make any money. So sorry, stay with me, follow me, be loyal to me. We strive together, we thrive together, but we also suffer together, okay? How many of you have been told or have heard this statement? Like, during good times, we thrive together, thrive together. During the bad times, we survive and we actually suffer together. Okay, so you've heard of this, it's no surprise, because it's a typical way for employer to request the employee to stay. Okay, however, the question is that employees won't stay forever. Because what is the point of staying forever when I don't see any career progression, I don't have any additional monetary reward, right? So this is where the dilemma happens. Okay, coming back, you see I've got like monthly bookkeeping, quarterly bookkeeping, yearly bookkeeping. Okay, he's smart. He's telling you that $600 for a year, for years of work. We will collect and return your transaction documents file, going to your office and get and deliver back to your office at no cost. He's telling you that it's $600 a year. I'm scratching my head. I don't know whether you feel it or not. $600. You have not even asked for the volume of transaction. So let's say this happens to be Procter & Gamble Singapore. This happens to be IBM Singapore. This happens to be Apple Singapore. You are charging $600 for a year. Are you kidding me? So the thing is that the reason why they have to sell low ticket is because they need to compete on prices, they need to drive the cost low, and most importantly, they're giving you a special rate, in this case $600 a year, without knowing whether you will be able to, without knowing they are able to handle that. Simply because here is one thing, I don't know whether I'll get the job from you. I'm saying $600, but in case after the call he finds out, I'm sorry, I actually can't do $600 because based on the volume of transaction, it should be $6,000. So then, what is your mindset as a customer? Your mindset is like, but you told me it's $600 a year. That's why I come to you. Now you tell me you can't. So you see, the problem is that the trust is gone. The trust, first meeting, you are lying to me. That is where the problem is. Because he is fee quotation, I'm offering this rate, later I have the right to say no to you, and you don't trust me anymore. So why do you want to open your card? Why don't you do something called closing? Closing means that I will help you to understand your problem right now. If let's say bookkeeping is really a concern, I'll ask what exactly is happening in your book right now. Are you being scrutinized by the tax authority? Are you currently being queried by any government agency? And then from that conversation, I will see how I can help the person relieve the pain. This is a pain relief business. Understand something? Some business are driven by pleasure. This is not in our industry, the accountancy, tax, and legal industry. It is actually doing something called pain relief. So I need to find the pain so that I'm able to see if I can help you remove, relieve, or actually reduce the pain. That's how closing works in the case of a professional industry. Services we provided include, I don't even know whether this is required or not, right? You see, I've got annual corporate tax plan preparation submission for $450. Here's one thing I teach my client. If you are saying this, if the tax authority asks questions, are you saying to me that this is part of the $450? I teach my students to be very careful with the phrase corporate tax preparation and submission, and make sure that you truly scope the work properly so that you do not include something that is not able to be promised or that is not able to be delivered subsequently. Okay, so I see a lot of problem, actually interesting point in this email. I just like to share this with you so that you know when it comes to high ticket versus low ticket. Here's a low ticket example. I mean, you can go for low ticket, not a problem. I'm saying that even though you might see yourself as an accountant, is that I'm just one of the 2,000 accountants in Singapore. I'm one of the 2,000 tax professionals in Singapore. I don't see myself being able to uniquely different from other people. If you can't see, get a coach, get a mentor, get some help to identify your UVP, unique value proposition. All right. So I've got GST preparation, GST return submission, payroll. Interestingly, there's no price quoted. Why? I don't know. This is actually from that person. Okay, the person actually can quote the rate for bookkeeping. The income tax return preparation for the company, you see a $450 per year. However, GST return preparation submission, there was no quote. Why? I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. It's like the consistency is not going throughout this email. And finally, for inquiries, please email me, call me, WhatsApp me. I'm also on Telegram. I'm also on Signal. For new clients, sign up by 31st August 2021. I'm sorry, I actually, for this company, AIH Accounting Tax Corporate Solutions, I'm using this email to teach my viewers on YouTube or my channel to understand what is the no, what are the things that you shouldn't do if you want to sell high ticket. If you want to sell low ticket, by all means, this is a standard email, a cold email, and I know it's from Singapore. The problem is that I didn't give him permission to email me. Okay, so therefore, again, the trust is not there. I receive cold email like this. Typically what I do is I'll just chuck it away. but here is something that I want to look at from a copywriting perspective, a digital marketing perspective, or even for high ticket offer perspective. So I want to actually do a video before I delete the email. Okay, so I hope you find value of this, and most importantly, learn something. Even though you are in the professional industry, you are still able to offer high ticket. High ticket is possible because the amount of fee you charge to a client, potentially a client, is only one thing, is only basing on one thing. Okay, if you want to know what it is, comment below, subscribe to my channel and comment below. When I see you want to know what is that thing that determines how you sell high ticket, comment below. You comment something called I want. Just say I want. If you say I want, I will talk to you what is that, okay, at no cost. Okay, only if you ask for it, because if you don't ask, then why should I give you the answer, right? Because you might not be even interested. Okay, so it's about 15 minutes, and most importantly, I think I'm done with this email. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you leave your comments, and I will go through this, and if it is a question, I may even reply to you based on the best of my ability. Okay, so thanks for watching. Jack Wong here signing off. All good wishes, and see you another time.